At Kango Kajaramogi, his final resting place, the spirit of Raila Odinga still draws multitudes of men, women and children who queue patiently to lay flowers, whisper prayers and simply be near him. This Sunday, members of the Arsenal's fan club in the country made their pilgrimage to Kango Kajaramogi, paying tribute to one of their own, a lifelong Guna whose love for the game was as fierce as his love for the country.
It is all known that Baba was a staunch fan of Arsenal. It is by no mistake that if the home now is painted red, it is in honor of Baba. And all of us here are singing the songs that Baba used to sing for the success of our team.
English Premier League side itself mourned Raila's passing, dedicating their weekend victory over Crystal Palace to the fan who cheered them through every season, win or lose.
Me as an Arsenal fan, I love Raila because hakuacha Arsenal hata kama tunasafa. Alikuwa hapo anasema timu ni moja. That's why we are here saying Joey, rest in peace, right?
From former President Uhuru Kenyatta to MPs, preachers, comedians and ordinary Kenyans, thousands have already visited Kango Kajaramogi, each one living with stories of respect, affection and remembrance. Truly, Raila Odinga was revered, and it continues to show, even in death, that aura is permanent. Phoenix, Oluoch, KTN.
Now, for nearly 20 years, Eric Ominde was more than a driver to the late former Prime Minister, Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. He was a silent witness to history, steering Odinga through some of Kenya's most pivotal political chapters. Eyes fixed on the road and hands steady on the wheel, Ominde braved tear-gas-filled streets and electrifying campaign rallies as he witnessed history unfold right before his eyes. NTV's Zachary Nyakweba now brings you the story of the man who saw it all up close and unfiltered.
For nearly 2 decades, Eric Ominde's life revolved around the late former Prime Minister, Raila Odinga. From the low hum of an engine to the blare of sirens in political convoys, Ominde was a constant presence, navigating the front lines of Kenya's most defining political moments. The 43-year-old, who hails from Miwani in Muhoroni constituency, Kisumu County, found his way to Raila Odinga's side by sheer chance.
Nikatolewa Nakuru. Nilikuwa ananionanga kwa convoy. Yes. Akaniita kwa roads, akaniambia nataka ukae na mimi. Akaanza kunifundisha kazi yako.
At the time, Raila Odinga was the Minister for Roads, Public Works and Housing, one of the most prominent figures in President Mwai Kibaki's government. Ominde soon became part of the roaring motorcade that crisscrossed the country.
Kwa sababu ni mimi alikuwa ananitegemea. Kuna kazi mingi sana tulikuwa tunafanya na yeye. Mingi sana, to travel all over. Singebaki nyuma na gari zake.
Tumekutana na tumekubaliana kwamba tutashikana na tutaendelea pamoja.
When Raila Odinga became Prime Minister in 2008 in the Grand Coalition government, some officials pushed for a new driver.
Mzee alirudi nyuma akaniangalia, huyu kijana nimetoka naye mbali, siwezi wacha yeye. Akaambia kwake ni mdaura, nikaitwa tena nikarudishwa.
For Ominde, one of the most unforgettable days came on January 30th, 2018.
Raila Amolo Odinga.
Mimi ni drive gari, nikatoka Urupu, nikatoka Karen, nikaenda Uhuru Park, tukafanya chochote, tukamaliza, tukaanza mchezo yetu ya driver. Nilipenya naye nikaingia naye City Hall wakati nilikuwa napigwa tear. Mzee alikuwa ananiambia usiogope.
As Raila Odinga's driver, Ominde became deeply entwined in the opposition leaders' turbulent political journey.
Mimi watoto wangu wote nimesaliwa kama siku, mimi nakutanga tu kwa mimba.
Their final conversation came from India, where Raila Odinga was receiving treatment.
Alinipigia simu saa 7 ya India. Kanipigia tukuongea vizuri. Kanieleza 1, 2, 3. Kaniambia kuwa na bidii, kuwa na nguvu, nitakuja.
Eric Ominde now serves as one of the official drivers at State House, Nairobi. Zachary Nyakweba, NTV, Nairobi.
Thousands of young TikTokers from across the country converged at Jokere Showground in Embu County, carrying miniature Kenyan flags and banners to support or in support of Mama Gift, a single mother from Gadoge who's inspiring care for her son. Baby Gift, who faces multiple health challenges, has touched hearts online. This is the second time young Kenyans have united to help a fellow citizen, showing that the youth are now organizing and acting on their own, as Willie Lusige now reports.
Roads leading to Gathonge were jam-packed the entire Sunday as Gen Z from across the country converged at the showground. The quiet village of Mariari Mairi came alive with motorbikes, vuvuzelas and chants as the crowd turned the charity drive into a festival of hope. Thousands came together to support Mama Gift, whose story of strength and motherhood has inspired many online.
Na leo Kenya mzima iko hapa na tuko na watu kutoka kaunti nyingi sana ambao wamekuja ili tushikane pamoja sisi kama mavijana.
Mama Gift has been caring for her infant son, Baby Gift, who faces cerebral palsy, chronic asthma, and cardiovascular complications. Despite these challenges, her faith and openness has moved young people across Kenya, sparking empathy and collective action. During the event, participants donated household essentials, medical supplies, and financial support for Mama Gift and her baby. The entire event was streamed live on social media, raising awareness and rallying more support for the family. The youth pledged to remain united, helping where they can, and to speak with one voice even on political matters.
Hata ikifika upande wa uongozi, ikifika upande wa kuchukua kura, pia wao wajitokeze ili pia wakaweze kutransform, sio tu upande tu wa kusaidia upande wa charity, bali hata pia upande wa uongozi.
Mavijana hii ni second alliance na wasijeze ukiangalia umati hakuna posta au waseme ni problem wenyewe.
The show of unity highlights a growing social movement among Kenya's digital creators, coming just weeks after uniting to transform the life of Kaluma Boy, a young content creator from Odhaya who went viral for selflessly caring for his ailing father. Willie Lusige, Citizen TV.
We start off on a sad note with a tragic news from Murang'a County, where 6 people, 5 from the same family, lost their lives after the vehicle they were traveling in plunged into Kiama River at Washengu Bridge in Gatanga. NTV's senior reporter Catherine Omondo reports that 6 survivors were rushed to the Murang'a County Referral Hospital, where 5 were treated and discharged.
The victims, a couple, their son, and 3 others were among 14 passengers traveling home from a dowry celebration in Kiambu County. All 6 died on impact. The group, hailing from Kahunyu village, had attended a cousin's dowry ceremony in Kiamba and were less than 2 kilometers from their home when disaster struck.
Tulikuwa tumetoka nyumbani kitu saa 5 hivi. Na tukafika Kiambu kitu saa 7 saa 8 hivi. Tukakaa Kiambu mpaka kitu saa 10:30. Mvua ikaanza kunyesha, tukaona sasa turudi na kwetu. Hiyo sasa kwa nini yetu tulipata hiyo anjari tukirundi kitu saa 1:30. Na saa ile tulianguka huko, ilituweka kwa mto ndani. Sasa huko kwa mto ndani huko ndio watu wengi walikokewa, wengine wakakufia huko ndani kwa maji ya maji.
Eyewitnesses say the 14-seater matatu experienced brake failure while descending down the hill toward the bridge, causing the driver to lose control. The vehicle gained speed before plunging into the river. Locals rushed to help, rescuing the survivors from the water before the vehicle was fully submerged.
Tukapoteza watu 6 kwa hiyo daraja. Ili hali tuko na serikali yenye inafaa kututengenezea barabara na hata hiyo daraja watutengenezee, kwa sababu mahali pale ndio majani yetu inapitia, ndio uchumi yetu tunatengenezea watu ya Katanga, na unapata barabara ni bovu, hakuna mtu ya kushughulika.
Survivors were rushed to Murang'a County Referral Hospital.
We as Murang'a Level 5 Hospital received 6 patients. 5 have been treated and discharged home. We have 1 who has been admitted in surgical ward with continuation of nursing care, medical and surgical care ongoing. Currently the patient is in stable condition.
Residents are now demanding urgent government intervention to repair the Washengu Bridge and prevent further loss of life. Catherine Omwando, NTV.
Kenya is negotiating compensation with India's Adani Group following the cancellation of a multi-billion shilling agreement to construct power transmission lines and substations. The Public-Private Partnership Directorate has disclosed that Kenya could pay 5 billion shillings in compensation. And as KTN's Daniel Kariuki reports, this is not the only contract cancellation for PPP projects.
The government's decision to engage India's Adani Energy Solutions to build power transmission infrastructure before undertaking due diligence on the farm is now becoming a costly affair after it emerged that Kenya is set to pay a penalty for terminating its contract with the Kenya Electricity Transmission Company, KETRACO. In a new report, the Public-Private Partnership PPP Directorate said the termination of the Adani contract is now underway to settle the contentious contract cooperatively, adding that the outcome of the process would determine how much the state would pay. Adani was in 2023 awarded a contract to build 3 electricity transmission lines and substations through the Public-Private Partnership PPP model. The award was, however, cancelled in 2024 following a directive by President William Ruto citing the indictment of Adani executive in the US.
Immediately cancel the ongoing procurement process for JKI expansion public-private partnership transaction, as well as the recently concluded KETRACO transmission in public partnership. Immediately commence the process of onboarding alternative partners, because these are important projects.
Documents have shown that Kenya has not yet issued a formal notice of termination because it prefers the less expensive path of mutual separation. Despite the firm's credibility being questioned, there is speculation that the government could pay Adani upwards of 5 billion shillings in settlement. The report indicates that the move is because the termination action was initiated by a single party. The Adani Power Infrastructure project is among the 4 cancelled projects that the government is said to pay the contractors for contract termination. The PPP Directorate also disclosed that the government will pay 7.32 billion shillings to French firms that formed the Rift Valley Highway Consortium for the cancellation of the contract to build the Rironi-Mau Summit Dual Carriageway project. Daniel Kariuki, KTN.
Hi Kenyans, mi sina maneno mingi. All I want to say is Ruto must go, like yesterday. Bye.
Ati black chocolate ni fine melanin bana kutoka nikapate. Kanapenda kenye mi wanapenda, so kanapenda toto chupa na haga nono.
Madam na kudai, umedunga mini na unapenda mangwai. Una dance fit, unawacha nikismile. Ama niko high, jua lies ime nice.
Kono moja mbele, gine yende rembe. Paila, yoni.
Enyewe, Ruto must go. Enyewe, Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go. Enyewe, Ruto must go. Wash fire, Ruto must go. Enyewe, Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go.